Hey, SportGlobe family, want to think? Kishane Thompson, Noah Lyles, Lausanne. We are going to have the discussion in regards to that. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and leave your comments to the Sports Globe YouTube channel. Of course, share your opinion. You know, the sport, the globe, the culture is what we say. So share your comments, leave your views, and remember to, tell a friend to tell a friend, and let us know. Let's have the conversation. Let's get into it. All right, welcome back to another video in the Sports Globe YouTube series. Of course, with me is Rudy, our Olympian, and of course, track and field coach. Um, so I wanted to remember to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Sport Globe. Look for it everywhere. It's also on Instagram and on all them places. So look for it and support us. And share your comments as well. Let us know what you think. And of course, we're going to try to improve as we go along. This is we're trying many different things all the time, but we're going to get it right at some point in time. And we know, as we grow our following, it will grow as well. But today we want to just have a little flashback into the 100-meter last weekend with Kishane Thompson, Noah Lyles, a host of the American, Lindsay, Coleman, Benerick, everybody. It was almost like the World Championship finals. Just a few, people missing out of it, but that could easily be the World Championship finals. When you think of it. So I want to get down into it a little bit and just give you our own opinion on it and what we think about it. So Rudy, of course, welcome again, and thanks for stopping in with us. And we're going to try and keep this thing going and keep the fire burning and keep the discussion happening where it is. But Rudy, I want to find out, how are you doing with your coaching and your athletes, and how is it going? Any kind of success, anything happening on that front?
Everything is good. Suddenly we shut the season down. A little disappointed. Certainly what we was certainly hoping for and expecting didn't happen. Was depending on people, depending on countries, and it certainly was a disappointment. And
Yeah,
surely we just have to, um, go back to the drawing board and figure out what is best for us moving forward. So
yeah.
that's basically what it comes down to in the sport is what's best for you and the athletes. And
It's
certainly we
pretty
was really looking
disappointing because
forward.
last year
It
she was
was,
injured. Last year she was
yeah,
injured,
just injured a
and
bit.
and
This
this
year we
year
was,
now she
in
getting
a good
herself
place,
ready.
yeah. And
Mm,
certainly we always in a good place to get ready. We're certainly looking good, especially getting ready for the NACA games. And this is,
yeah.
we had, a standard. We did everything we were supposed to do
Hmm.
to go. And then, and we have yet to hear back from, the particular country
Yeah.
um, about it, and it done
And you
went and
still haven't
gone.
heard anything.
They still haven't heard back from them, still haven't reached out to us, telling us, well, this is what it is. And based on the results, we either could have won the triple jump or even come second
Yeah.
and at least come top six in the long jump based
Yeah.
on what's been doing done and even maybe set another national record again,
All right.
especially in the long jump. But what can you do? We just had to go back to the drawing board and think. This is a time when athletes think what is best for them.
Hmm.
I know, like we make a lot of, a lot of
Yeah.
decisions based on how we feel and based on what we think and what we want or like us do. We think about loyalty, about for country and for people. And sometimes
Yeah.
it's not about that anymore because the same loyalty that you're making it for, they're not looking for you at the same
I
time.
tell you,
So,
Rudy,
yeah,
in the series of things that we have been doing, we always talk
yeah,
about athletes and how they benefit. But anyway, that's a different discussion, and we're going to continue that whole thing about money and athletics and track and field and sponsorship
and
and the whole thing, because
federations
I have a
and
whole
some federations
I have a very strong
yeah,
opinion on it,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
because athletes have to make money. You
some
understand?
way, somehow. And it's
Let's
there.
let's just get down into the whole thing of
Yeah.
this 100 men's 100 meters. And that happened last weekend. And of course, get your opinion and what you would have seen in terms of execution with of course Kishane and Lyles and Benerick and the whole thing. I know the Lyles Benerick story is something that we're going to have to discuss at another time. But it's crazy thinking athletics these days, man.
No,
I don't know.
and it is,
Sometimes I feel like
and it's
sometimes
sometimes
I
I
feel
just
like
think
the
like
Americans they might try to put some little gamesmanship in
games
and
on.
things
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah, yeah, yeah.
to spice up the thing. I don't have no problem with that, with that and all, but it's all good, right? It's
Yeah,
all
it's all
good.
good. As long
The
as
only
as
thing I
long as
just want to
in good
ensure
for the
that is,
athletes. Yeah,
as
yeah.
long as they're doing it in the name of fun, then I'm
In
good
in
with
the
it,
name of fun, we're
right?
okay with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, I'm okay with it. But if it is that,
yeah.
boy, go and breed bad blood for the thing, because is that thing when I look at it, says not gonna go and bring the button to Lyles and that kind of a thing in the 4x1. So it can have its implications, and a
It
lot of
can, it can. But it's certainly yeah. And we see that it certainly was a big race. There was
yeah.
some big names in there. It was both Benedict, I believe Benedict and Nas first 100 meters after the US trials,
Hmm.
after the fiesta, the
Yeah.
fiesta at the US trials,
Yeah.
which I don't like to see because like I said, we'll get to it one day, but certainly you don't like to see little things like that. It's not good for the sport.
No.
Um, and it might seem like it's fun, but these athletes are role models, and what they set, the example that they set, other
Hmm.
athletes, young athletes coming up thinking it's okay, it's not. So certainly, we're hoping that's not it is. I know some people probably wonder what's going on. We will talk about it in
Yeah.
in a next session. But like I said, it was a good race. The execution of the race was good. We talked in a previous video. We talk about Noah Lyles and his start. Certainly, his start wasn't the greatest again. It certainly made something going on. Something he's probably working on. Something, maybe some new thing. Maybe it's a new start that he's trying to get. Um, it's not working right now.
No.
If I get there, it's not working right now. We certainly see these guys in them running, and it's almost like I've seen them a lot. So I always talk about are you racing too much?
Hmm.
Almost like I'm constantly seeing them
Yeah.
racing
Benerick
because I
raced
can
all
tell
season,
all
all
season, and then you go
season,
back
all
to
season.
Noah Lyles going back to back weeks.
Yeah.
So like I said, whatever it has to be 10 seconds is a whole day or 2 days rest. Most people might think, oh, it's only 10 seconds. No, it's only 2 or 3 days. It's like doing a
The
decathlete.
thing
The
the thing about
decathlete
him
athlete,
the thing about him is that he hadn't run for months,
he
and
hasn't run for months.
he's
Yeah,
trying to catch up in a short period of
in a
time,
short period of time. So he's
which
racing a lot.
yeah,
Yeah,
which I think because there's a couple of things, and I know some of the professional people who comment on the thing, is looking on it and said he needs racing. Yes, he does, but you have to understand also that in training he's also racing,
yes,
right? So
he
it's
is.
almost
Yeah,
like he's racing every day
every
right
day.
now because
Yeah,
he's trying to catch up. He's trying to get speed work in. He's trying to get the start that is not looking too good. He's trying to get that in. He's trying to get that going. And also, I know he's a mentally ready person all the time. He's trying to get that feeling there
yeah, yeah.
in there as well. So it's quite an
Yeah, and
interesting.
like I was saying, I also think that you know because you haven't risked so much for the season, I think it's a strategy that they are using, trying some new things, and seeing how it works. Um, and it's unfortunate, like his last race with the weather, but this race wasn't weather, and it was a good race. It was almost like the World Championship finals
Mhm.
when you look at it, um, with
Yeah.
the names that was in there,
Hmm.
except for a few names that is not in there that could make the finals.
Yeah.
But even watching Kishane at the same again, Noah Lyles still almost running back now. So it looked like at a certain point he just come and continue running. And I think if you just give it all you got and not pull something like again. Listen, I don't know what the strategy is. I don't know what the plans are. I don't know what the tactics is in terms of coaches.
No.
Tell them what to do. But certainly, from what we're seeing, we look like he's not finishing the race. He's not running through the line as 100%. He's shutting down, prior to before because there's nobody around him.
Hmm.
Kind of seen that with
That's
with
Kishane.
Kishane. That's Kishane, and he's still running fast. So imagine if he didn't do that, what will happen? How faster he would be.
Hmm.
Um, and maybe there's resting, like I said, everything could be
Hmm.
strategies. It can be a strategy all the year long because Kishane haven't lost for the season yet.
No.
I don't. Yeah, he haven't lost for the season yet, right?
He has been the
Yeah,
fastest all season so
he's
far,
been the fastest all season, right?
Right.
So he haven't lost. Yeah, so he's on undefeated all season. I don't know if that is getting to his head. I hope not. Um, so like I said,
Based on
yeah.
his interview, he says that he's working on a couple of things. So
I'm looking at things. So like I said, it
maybe
could
it
be
is some of the things that he's working on.
that he's working on.
Trying to
Yeah,
see different style
yeah,
in terms of how he finishes, how he
yeah,
starts. In the middle of his race, he spoke about that he don't think
yeah.
he has gotten it right yet, but he thinks that he has it. I mean, one of the things that I kind of get from Lyles is that Lyles in his post interview he says that he think he has Kishane in his pocket, right? I don't know what does that mean because nine
But
nine
I
zero
but
nine
for what
nine
I've
zero
seen,
compared to Kishane running 975 already for the
975.
year,
Yeah, yeah, for the
and
season.
talking
Yeah,
about that he's much better than that. He's just working out a couple of things. Says to me that Lyles is nowhere near that, and I don't think in
yeah, that.
three
Yeah.
weeks, in 2 weeks, let's call it 2 weeks because the week of the championships is I don't think you're going to get anything because you have to
No,
do
most
travel
of them will
inside
have,
of that. You have to
they
go
will
to
have to
Tokyo.
travel inside of that.
Yeah,
They'll be in Tokyo because
yes. I
it's
don't
a
think
total
there's much
different thing.
work that is going to go
Yeah,
on
they'll be
inside
in
of that,
Tokyo
right?
a week before that, and
Yeah,
to get accommodated to the weather,
yeah,
and then it's a strategy when you get out there because it's rounds. It's
yeah.
not one way. It's like a Diamond League. It's rounds. So certainly that, like I said, we could see that.
Yeah.
Um, but I guess come back to something again.
Hmm.
With Noah, and you have to show your performance. Yes, it's good to speak out and say, well, you think you have this, but then the following week, which is,
Hmm.
his performance, in Switzerland wasn't the greatest. So
Yeah.
you cannot say you have him in your pocket and you're not performing to the standard, where you think you can be on the podium because right now he don't look like he can be on the podium at the World Championships at this
No, it
present
don't.
moment.
It doesn't look like that
Certainly
at
doesn't
all,
look like it.
because
Yeah.
right now, um, right now, his time, civil. If you're going by time right now, civil, Benerick and Kishane is
Yeah.
ahead of him. If you're going by time right now,
My time. Yeah.
yeah, is ahead of him. He
It's
has
ahead of
not
him. Yeah.
run. He has not run any time close to what they have done
What they have been
thus
running
far. So he has not gotten
consistently,
there yet.
but is the difference is consistently,
Yeah,
and that's the thing.
So
Is doing it consistent because he's bouncing. You do a nine, then he'll be in the tens. He'll be so he's doing it
yeah,
consistently. But last year we didn't do the Olympic Games. Again, we have to keep in mind we never thought he would have done it. He did end up winning. So it's a lot of So I think he's
I tell
banking
you,
on
I tell
that.
you, I tell you this much.
I think that's what he's banking on. Yeah.
Last Olympics
So
and this year is a whole different thing because guess what
it's a
happened now?
different thing. Yeah.
Last year you have a Kishane Thompson was inexperienced,
Yeah.
right? You had a Ben Eric who was not that he was inexperienced, but he was just really getting into that kind of a form and that kind of a shape
Yeah.
in terms of
Yeah. Yeah.
competing at that level. And you had Civil, who mentally I don't think was ready for the stardom or
Physically, he was ready. He
yeah,
was physically ready because he was the favorite,
but
but
yeah,
mentally he wasn't
he
ready
wasn't ready.
for that for
Yeah,
that level. Yeah.
so but this year.
This is a
Know that
different thing.
all of these
Different thing. Yeah.
players, are right there, and it's up to that. I really think that Lyles is not there. He's not on the podium yet by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
Not
He's
for the
not. He's
100
not.
meters. He
At
has a
least not
better
for the
shot
100
at the
meters.
200
You have a
meters.
better shot at the 200 meters, and
Yeah,
that even could be shaky as well.
that can
So,
be tricky.
but that is a shaky one as well. Believe it or
So
not, it is a very very shaky one.
yeah,
There are some people who is certainly a
yeah,
threat in the 200 meters, and also yeah, certainly we'll see. Again, I'm pleased with what I've seen from Kishane. I said
hmm
he's running well. There are some things that he's working on, some tweak, and even with those things he's working on, he's still performing to his best right now.
yeah,
To be the best in the world right now, and he's still working on things. So imagine when he get those things together, what would happen?
hmm
So definitely, like I said, believe that Noah is also working on some things. There are some things that we see you need to work on. His starts is
yeah.
definitely not there. He cannot use those type of starts in the World Championship on
No,
3 rounds and make it through,
it's not.
because if you're not careful, he's not going to make it through.
Yeah.
Um, and certainly, so we
I
don't
tell you
know
this much: those
if yeah,
semifinals, those
yeah,
100-meter semifinals are going to be
it's like a
really
finals. It's
tested.
like a finals, yeah,
You're gonna have to be
because
running. Yeah,
anybody could be with anybody.
yeah, and of
Okay,
course,
it's not like the heats where you might be end up be the only one in that race.
no,
The semifinals is suddenly will be you and somebody else will
going to
be in
be a
that
cracker.
race.
Yeah,
Yeah, you and
yeah,
somebody else.
and
So
of
yeah,
course, you never count out the Europeans at all because they
you never do.
always spring
And you
some
have the
kind of
Africans
surprise
too. You have the
inside of these
sort
meets.
you have the Africans as well. You still
Hmm
have the British. We cannot even count them out.
Yeah,
Um, and so you still having people
and
out
of
there. You
course,
still
you have
have
the
the
Chinese
Italian.
and the Japanese.
You still have
You still have
the
those
Italian. Yeah,
countries always spring some kind of surprise. They have been
especially in
growing with the
Japan.
sprints for the last
Especially
couple of
in
years.
Japan, they
They
have
have
been
been
working
coming.
on the sprint.
Yeah, man,
And we
they
talk
have
about
been.
investment.
Yeah,
That's show you those countries are investing
in their athletes,
in
man. Yeah,
the
just
athletes. They're certainly investing in the athletes. So yeah,
once you show the potential, you're pretty much in a camp from these countries. They're
from these
totally
countries. Yeah,
responsible for you
yeah,
and that kind of thing. But my thing is though is that I really think that Lyles, personally, I don't think that he's going to be 100% when it
yeah.
comes on to World Championships. Because when I look at his kind of start and I figure is the
I think
reason
it's
why he
hurt.
had pulled out. I
I think
figure is
it's
the
hurt a
reason why
little
he
way.
had pulled
Yeah,
out of his
the
trials as well.
100 meter trials. Yeah,
Yeah, I figure it's the reason
yeah,
why he had pulled out of the
yeah,
trials as well and decided that that was it because leading up to the trials he was talking a whole lot of talk that he's going to be going to the trials and there's no reason
yeah,
why he's not
yeah.
not supposed to go. It is trials and he's going and he was going to use that to get some catching up on whatever it is. But for some reason or the other, run one race and cut it short
Yeah,
and
this,
decide
they
not
have
to
to
go.
also understand, and it's just like for him and a lot of the Americans, they are banking for 2 years to come.
Hmm
2 years to come is a very long time.
Yeah,
And yes, it's home, and I know they're banking on that being home, and so, but it's a very long time. And if 2 years from now, you could have 8 different sprinters,
yeah, you can have a whole lot of improvement
you could have
too.
a whole lot of improvement
Yeah,
with people. And if you depend on that, because there is nothing much next year,
no.
right? And then the following year is, is the Olympic Games.
Next year's World Cup. So
Not even,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, but it's 3 years. I'm saying 2 years. It's 3 years.
hmm
It's 3 years to the Olympic Games, and anything can happen in that 3 years. Not even 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
In
It's
between, they do have another World Championship, but certainly, and then you have that World Cup stuff. They trying to, try to put together there.
I
Yeah,
want to ask you another big question though. And I just before we end, I just want to ask you a big question about the women's 100 meters though. I know the American Jefferson. She is doing fantastically well
yeah.
all season. But in terms of your opinion, my opinion is that I think that she's just racing too much, too fast, right? She's running very, very fast all season. and it is just too much. I like it. I think she looks good. She's awesome. She's the one to beat for this World Championships, and it's going to be difficult beating her if she stay this way. But I think that she's running too much, and then I figure throughout the rounds it is going to catch up to her a little bit. So a lot of people are expecting some great fireworks in terms of she run 9:65. The people think that she's going to go a little faster than that. I really don't think that is going to happen at all. At all. Um, you know, it's going to be difficult for her. But what you think about her running so much all season?
I mean, I've been saying it for some time back. I think they're racing a lot, and she still is racing. I know next week she have another race. Could be her last one,
Mm-hmm.
and that one there is some big guns in it. At the same time, um, she's impressive. She looks very good. And there was this article, and this one lady was saying they keep saying this, and every time they say something, she's running faster, and that is true. Every time they say something about her, she's running faster.
Mm-hmm.
However, as a coach, from our athletes, seeing it happen before, seeing everything happening, I still think she's racing too much. They tends to ignore the Jamaicans, and they certainly are ignoring the Jamaicans. They're
Mm-hmm.
not ignoring Alfred. They're not ignoring Alfred because they know she's there and she's a threat. But they are ignoring the Jamaicans. They are
Yeah.
ignoring the two twins. They are ignoring Jackson, and they're ignoring Shelly and Fraser. They
Mm-hmm.
are ignoring that. Shelly and Fraser is running very fast. A lot of people don't see it yet because she's doing it in practice. Like I said, you said it. You also racing in practice.
Yeah.
You also have time trials
The
in
racing in
practice
practice.
when
Yeah.
there
All
is
the time.
nobody around to see how fast someone is running or not, because they do this stuff. They're racing a lot, and I think they're ignoring that. Um, it is going to be another hot race to
Yeah.
look at.
Do you think?
It'll
Do
be
you
another
think? Do
big
you think
race.
Sha'Carri? Do you think Sha'Carri? Of course, she has another set of drama that we have to talk about too. But do you think that she's going to factor into this World
I
Championships at all?
I think at this point, she has a bye. You
Yeah.
know, I would wait till next week. Let me see. Not next week. I think she was in a
She has
Saturday.
run faster than 11:07
Yeah.
all
So let me
season.
wait till Saturday, and maybe after Saturday's race, I will have an idea of what I think of her if she should
Mhm.
just shut it down for the season.
I can tell
Um,
that it's not going anywhere.
yeah, she has a lot
She
going
has too
on.
much things going on personally.
Yeah, she has a lot
And
going on. It's
secondly,
in the head.
I don't think
Yeah,
like Lyles. Lyles is
yeah,
trying to race a lot to get in shape, but I don't think she is because she has a lot of other things that
yeah.
is
She have a
just
lot, and
very
then you're dealing
distracting
with
for her.
she is dealing with the issue with the boyfriend Samuel Coleman, who
Hmm.
is also there.
Well,
He's
I
on the
think.
relay team.
Well, I
I'm just
think.
saying, just the presence of somebody do makes a big difference.
Yeah.
You understand?
But
And
but
if
I
you
tell you
have
this
somebody
much
who
though,
is there,
I
yeah,
tell you this much though, Rudy, is that yes, he's there, but I think whatever caused the argument, there is something else happening personally for her other than
personally,
just the
yeah,
boyfriend,
personally, yeah,
right? So
yeah.
there's something going on, and she have a major problem with that. But hey,
And that's the
listen,
thing. What you see last year with her, I'm finishing up now. You see,
yeah,
the year before, she had the situation and she came back focused. She was so focused last year. You could have seen it. Mentally, she was there. The rounds really threw her off because she barely didn't even make the finals.
yeah,
The rounds really threw her off, but mentally she was there, coming back from the situation
yeah.
where she was suspended
She's
and
not the
couldn't go.
same. She's not the same
Yeah.
person.
And she's certainly not the same. But she don't. Do she have a bye?
Yeah, man, she has a bye because she won last time, right? She has a bye
Did she
into
win
the
the World
thing.
Championships or she won? I know she won the Olympics. Did she win both?
She won the Olympics.
She don't
I
have a
think
bye.
so, man. I think she has a bye. She had yeah. She has a bye into the World Championships, man. That's how she's going,
So the issue with the
right?
weight stuff was 3 years ago
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
from
She
the
has a
previous
bye.
Olympics because she didn't go to the Olympics. The
Yeah, she
previous
has a bike.
Olympics she didn't go, so she have a bike. Okay.
Yeah, she definitely has
Yeah,
a bike.
she has a bike.
That's
Yeah,
how she's getting there. That's how she's
yeah,
there because she never
yeah.
did
She has a
anything at
bike.
the trials. So
Yeah, yeah,
it's a bike that she have. But so
yeah.
Rudy, the World Championship start on the 13th,
And
and
the
it ends on
13th.
the 20
Yeah,
on the
and,
ends on the
yeah.
21st.
Yes.
So the 100 meters I think it kicks off in the morning, right? And so on the 13th we can I need to check out the time zone thing. I don't know if it is
Within
they're
Japan
on
and
the same
here,
kind
yeah,
of
we got to
time
look at it.
zone, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, we have to look at the time difference.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I think it starts in the morning. But just to let our fans know that the World Championships get started on the 13th and it
And the
ends on
13th.
the
Yeah,
21st.
21st.
So it's going to kickstart on that particular Saturday. So get up and get ready, and we are going to be trying to bring you as much as we
And
can.
it's gonna be, listen, it's gonna be a phenomenal world championship. Not only on the sprints that we like to speak about, but also in every event, you're gonna see some world record breaking in the 800 meters probably. You might
Oh,
see
the
something
800 meters
happening
is hot already, Rudy.
in the
The 800
1500,
meters is
the
sizzling already.
5000, the 10,000. That those are
You know,
women. I'm not
the
even
pole
talking about the
vault,
men and the pole vault.
the guys going
Um,
for the records again. The
we
high
have
jump.
we happen to see in the NACAC, the 800
Mhm.
meters in the NACAC. I'm
Yeah,
very,
man.
very happy for St. Vincent again, having another, a superstar coming up. This young man is phenomenal,
Yeah, man.
coming up, and he'll be,
What he
showcasing
run?
at the World
143,
Championship
142?
142. That's running. That is running. And this is like he hit, and this is the peak, right? Because I know some people he wasn't running that fast. He was like 146, I think,
Yeah,
or something like that. So running that fast now, and
that's
all four guys. So
at his
we haven't
age.
seen much Caribbean athletes in the
Yeah.
800 meters.
I
So the
think they're
NACAC will
in
certainly
the
will have some more. Yeah,
in that race last weekend, two Jamaican, one run the
yeah,
national record, 143, the other one,
yeah. So both of
that
them
was the
make
national
world
record
championship
holder.
standard. Yeah, yeah,
He run 144 too. So
yeah. So certainly it'll be good to see that.
it's really hard.
And so, like I said, it's not one race in every race, and even on the field events too. The women pole vault, the women javelin, all of those events is going to be,
It's
something to
going to
watch.
be
So,
good. Yeah,
tune into everything. We're going to speak about it all. Like I said, there's some young people coming up. There's some rising stars coming up, and we're going to see some things at the World Championship that
yeah,
will
man.
certainly take us 3 years down the road for the Olympics, and we kind of have an idea of what to come because they are young,
Mhm.
certainly we'll see what happening there, and then we go from there.
All right, so stay tuned, guys. We'll be definitely diving in and giving you our own set of opinion here on the Sports Globe YouTube page, and you can share your own comments too. My favorite going into the 100 meters, I can tell you from now, Lyles, Kishane, Seville, but I think I have Kishane, going on top of the podium. So I'm going to state it from today
Yeah,
based on
I
what
I,
I'm
I was
seeing.
definitely gonna. I can see Kishane and Seville 1-2 either way 1-2.
Yeah,
Both of them being on the podium in either position. The 100 meters, I would never ignore. The Jamaicans, like I said, the twins are running phenomenal. But I would assume just only one of them that could run the 100, right?
yeah, only
Yeah. So it's only one, but we still have the Jackson. We still have Shelly. We ignoring those people.
yeah.
Everybody's focusing on this one American athlete, and so far, it looks like it might just be one American athlete in the finals. It
It
might
looks
just be
that
one.
way. It looks
It
that
looks like
way
right now it
because
might only be one in the finals, which is just Jefferson. I just
yeah,
think she's the only American that will be in that finals in the 100 meters. I think the rest of them will come
and
from
of course, I
other
tell you this,
places. Yeah.
I tell you this, Rudy. Don't count the relays out because the four by one
No.
hundred women is going to be
Mm-hmm.
a cracker. The four by
They,
100 men is going to be a cracker. It's going
and
to be. I think
that's why I'm saying
I
you're
think
gonna see
everybody
people.
diving in on world record times right
Yeah,
now and
yeah,
trying
you're
to
gonna see some
see.
people who was not in the 100 meters
Mhm.
running in that 4x1 relay,
Yeah,
because that 4x1 relay is for the Jamaicans will be for Shelly and
yeah.
nobody else. They're running this race for Shelly,
They
and
want to
they're
give
gonna
her the
give it
gold medal in
everything.
that for sure.
Listen. This race is gonna be for Shelly, and the Jamaicans and the US will know that, those sometimes you see Gabi, they might pull Gabi out, or even the other 200-meter runner they have, they might pull them in
Yeah,
on that
Brown.
turn. Yeah, so there's a lot of they want to win, and they know they
A
might
whole
pull
lot of
some
juggling
athletes.
that's going to be happening
A
for
whole
those
lot of
relays.
juggling
Whole lot
that's
of
going to
juggling
be in
going
that
to happen
race,
for relays.
and you never know. They might bring some people up. They might, so who knows what they're going to do.
Yeah,
They still might bring Sha'Carri. We don't know.
yeah.
So it's they have to put their best four,
It's
and it's
going
not
to
the
be a
best.
cracker.
And it's the funny thing about it, it's not your fastest four. It's your
No,
best four.
it's the
It's
best
not your
four.
fastest four. It's your best four. There's a difference. It's your best four. But certainly, even in the 4x1 men, we see Jamaica could have a solid team. Um,
Yeah,
Certainly, the Americans are always a threat. The British is always a threat. Don't ignore the Canadians. They just come
no,
they always come out from somewhere
somewhere.
and do something. And they have four guys who's
Before
phenomenal.
we go in,
They have
Rudy, we must
phenomenal. Yeah,
congratulate the Canadian men
for winning the
for taking
NACAC.
home that 4x1 at
Yep,
the knockout.
yep,
You
yep,
know, good
yep, yep.
running.
Yeah, and
Not
suddenly even I'm watching the 4x4, seeing that Grenada even had a 4x4 team with a young bunch of young boys coming up,
looks good.
and they're looking good. I know they just need one or two veteran in there
Yeah,
right now to sort of to spark the thing up a little bit. And I think if they do, you'll see some good running from the young Grenadians, and
great.
it's good to see in the Caribbean some good athletes. We talk about the 100-meter young lady who is now rising star at the Pan Am Games, where she won 11:19. I think she
11,
won, or
19.
11:17.
Yeah,
Yeah,
11,
that
19.
is really running for a young athlete, and having to see Trinidad really stepping up now, and really, like I said, it's all about investing. It's all about investing. It's about seeing the federations, them investing in the sport
In the
and
sport.
giving those athletes the opportunity. When you don't give them opportunity, you never know what they can do. You have to be able to give them the opportunity. And that's when we talk about earlier on the disappointment with St. Vincent not giving my athlete that opportunity to compete at the NACA games, to prove herself, to give her a shot of making the world championships. And it's all about the
Get
opportunity.
into
You
a
can't say
final.
nothing else. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
such a
get
disappointment.
the possibility for them to get a third medal, because they really had two already, to get another medal
Such a
in the
disappointment.
NACA games is something good. It was very disappointing, but like I said, we have to go back to the drawing board and make decisions that's best for us. Make decisions that's best for her, and that's just what it's going to come
Yeah,
down to in the short while.
that's all it has to be. Rudy, thanks so
Yeah,
much again, man, for
so it was a pleasure, man.
jumping
Thank
in.
you for having me on.
You
We
know,
certainly
we
will
have a whole lot
continue. Yeah,
work ahead of us. So we're going to try
yeah,
and get it in, and trying to get our momentum going and things.
yep,
So
yep.
thanks so much, guys, for checking out our video again. Of course, this is Sports Globe. Remember to like, share, and comment on on our video, and tell us what you think about what we have been discussing. Tell us about what your opinions are in terms of what we have discussed, and anything that you want to hear us talk about or share our own opinions on. And of course, so we just want to leave it with you again. This is Sports Globe for another day and another video. So thank you again for joining us. So that's it for today. All right.
Uh, Thanks, man.
All right, Rudy.
Yeah.